Welcome everyone to another episode of my speculation mini-series. Today we're going to be going over some speculation regarding the character classes. So here's a little bit of what we know about creating classes. We'll be able to play one of 5 hero types: the Barbarian, the Demon Hunter, the Monk, the Witch Doctor, and the Wizard. Of those, we'll be able to play both female and male, and additionally you can create hardcore characters. So with all of these options, the character slots begin to fill up quickly, and we're limited to 10 slots at release, so you might want to choose carefully. So once you've chosen your character class, it's time to name it. There will be no unique character names in Diablo 3, meaning you'll be able to call your Barbarian Conan, and your friend will be able to have Conan the Barbarian too, and your friend's friend will have Conan as well. So if you don't want to call your Barbarian Conan, it doesn't matter, you can choose anything. Well, not quite anything. Some names are banned, like Ass Master or Butt Pirate. You can't be Butt Pirate the Barbarian, but seriously, why would you want to be? If you join my public game as Butt Pirate the Barbarian, then all you'll be seeing is this. Either way, there's a list of 1071 banned names currently, but I can guarantee you that Blizzard will be finding new character names worth banning for years to come. So it's a pretty funny list, but you certainly won't be any smarter for reading it, but I'll leave the link in the description anyway. So this is where the potential spoilers start. In addition to that, I also want to preface this little spiel by saying that this information is from the data mine of the beta client, which means that at some stage throughout the development of Diablo 3, Blizzard themselves has added the code to the game. It doesn't mean that it will be in the game, it just means that at some stage it was considered. But this is a speculation series, so I'm bringing it to you anyway. So once you've created a character, you'll hack and slash your way to the level cap of 60, hopefully having a lot of fun along the way. The data mine material agrees with this to a certain point. We have a list of player titles for both male and female, and as one would first assume they go to the level cap of 60, but then the titles go beyond to the Avenger at level 100, and finally the Patriarch at max level. In addition to that, there are also corruption titles like Wanderer, Fallen Hero, and Villain. So it seems to me these are actually PvP titles. Now I'm not too sure how these titles would play out. We heard Jay Wilson talk about PvP at the recent press event, where he mentioned that there would be no visible ranking system. There would be an internal one to help with matchmaking, but you as a player would not have a visible rank. So that leads me to think that these titles have been scrapped, or alternatively only appear in your avatar screen in the friends menu as sort of a friend only bragging right scenario. So you can see here from this very poor resolution screenshot that Venom, the level 35 Demon Hunter, holds the title of the Slayer. Now if you got excited about the idea of the increased level cap, and I depressed you with my PvP only explanation, then I do have something for you. We understand that from my previous video in the speculation series that there will be a Diablo 3 expansion by the end of 2014, and the 5th act has been reserved for it. Speculation of course, but it's likely. Also an Act 6 is present, so let's take that to mean that the longevity of the game has been designed for 2 expansions. With that in mind, I found an experience chart. So as you might expect, it starts at level 1 and works its way through to level 60. Now I can't confirm 100%, but these figures look pretty comparable to what I've been seeing in the beta streams. So we can pretty safely assume this chart relates to the experience earned in PvE gameplay. So as you might have already predicted, this chart continues, and we take another break at level 80. And this is the really interesting thing, it continues again, but doesn't stop at level 100 like the titles. It stops at level 99. Level 99 is the level cap that we know and love, or hate, from the Diablo series. Now if the level 99 cap in Diablo 2 took the ludicrous amount of 3,520,485,254 experience points to achieve, the Diablo 3 level cap of 577,500 experience seems much more reasonable. Now of course these are 2 totally separate games and these numbers don't directly correlate, but we do know that the experience curve in Diablo 3 is shallower and does not exist for itself. It's been meticulously planned based on content and the feel of character power at each and every level. So if the level cap has been designed to suit current game content, what happens when you introduce more content, like an expansion with an additional act? Surely you'd get a level cap gain. So I speculate that by the end of 2014 we will have the 5th act and a higher level cap of 80. I'll further speculate that 2 years after that we'll have our 2nd expansion with the 6th and final act, bringing with it the nostalgic level cap of 99, all in time for the 20th anniversary of the Diablo franchise in 2016. Well played, Jay Wilson, well played. To check out my previous video in this mini-series about the acts and pace of the game, click the annotation on the left. To check out my next video in this series, either some information about PvP or items in game, click the annotation on the right. If you're not already subscribed, click up top. Go on, right now I'll wait for you to do it. You done it? Okay. So here's my food for thought for you today, like if everything else wasn't really enough. If we assume that everything presented here is true, then what happens to the endgame of Diablo 3? If we continue with the Inferno model, what will happen when the Act 5 expansion hits? So it's a given that Act 5 content will be added to Inferno mode with level 61 characters, but that's not enough if our new level cap is 80. So do you just make Inferno creatures level 81? I don't think so, that's pretty lame. It's just a tweak of a global setting in a spreadsheet. Besides, that becomes too much of a jump between the end of Hell and level 80 of Inferno. And when the level 99 cap is introduced, you can't possibly go from the end of Hell into the endgame Inferno of level 100 characters. So they either need to add the 2 additional Inferno modes to the original, meaning we'll see 3 in total, the Inferno on release holding level 61 monsters, the first expansion Inferno with level 81 monsters, and the 2nd and final expansion will bring level 100 characters to a new Inferno mode. This begs the question of redundancy. How much Inferno is too much? I really hope Blizzard does not tack on additional Inferno modes and create something unique and exciting with each expansion to fulfill the endgame content. So there's your food for thought. How will Blizzard handle the endgame content if new level caps are introduced with each expansion? This has been Tilite. I'm out.